Stay tuned if you want to dye your hair from black to this nice coppery color. Alright, so for today's tutorial you need 4 bottles of dye. I know there's 6 here, but I only used 2 of the Cajun Spice, 1 of the Copper Brown, and 1 of the French Cognac. I used 40 volume developer, I have some neutralizing shampoo back there, and then some other miscellaneous items here, and a little bowl to hold all the water in the dye. Alright, so this is what the wig looked like before I got started. I have water wave hair. It is 2 bundles of 24 inch, 2 bundles of 22 inch, and 1 20-inch closure. So before I start, I wanted to make sure that I don't dye the lace. So I put leave-in conditioner on top, and then I sealed it with this hairspray, and then I dried it off with a blow dryer just to ensure that my lace doesn't get tinted. Key tip for you guys. Alright, so now I'm going to section off the hair so that I can begin to bleach. I could not get that to stay for the life of me. I don't get it. Alright, so let's get to the bleach. So I put 4 cups of this bleach in here, but honestly, I ended up making a lot more as time went on. As you saw, I had a lot of hair. And then I just put some developer in there. Ooh, girl, that is not enough. Oh. Well, now I'm just mixing it up until I find the right consistency. So what I was going for was more like pancake mix, but a little bit more water in there. The consistency that you see me get is actually a little bit too thick, so I ended up adding a little bit more developer just so it's not overly thick. Alright, so now the fun part. So I'm bleaching, making sure to get the front and the back, and then I separate just to make sure that the bleach gets everywhere. I just continue this process throughout my entire head. Once I get to my frontal, I make sure just to take time around the roots just to make sure I don't press too hard, but I make sure I still get all the strands. Shout out to Servant Looks for these bomb bundles, but the problem here is that it dyes extremely fast, which is actually great and not a problem, but also a problem. So once I got to the front, the rest of the hair was pretty blonde, so I just ended up putting foil just on the top because I didn't really need the rest of it to process like that. Look at how blonde that is. Like, what? Okay, so once I watched it out, I was extremely scared because, like, what is this? Like, this looks terrible. Like, what are these colors? Why is part of it blonde? The other one's not. Like, nah, bro. Nah. At this point, I was ready to go buy black dye and just put it on my hair. Look, even the roots are like... I wish I got closer into the roots because the roots are, like, basically platinum. The show must go on, and anyways, if I completely mess up, I can just go buy black dye, so whatever. Let's keep going. So I got hot water that wasn't boiling, but if you put your finger in there, you'd be like, ouch. And then, so now you see me adding my main color, which was Cajun Spice. And once I run out of the bottle, I actually stick the bottle back into the water and scoop some up and shake it around just to make sure that I get everything out of the bottle. And then after that, I went in with French Cognac. And then I did a full bottle of each of those. And now I'm just stirring it around just to see what's going on in there. I even dip a little tissue in there just to see if I like the color or not. And it was a little bit too bright for me. So now I'm adding in some Copper Brown and mixing it up and just making sure that it's cool. It's still a little bit light, so I'm gonna go in with some more brown. Alrighty, and I think I like it. So I'm putting in the roots first because the roots were the lightest part. So I wanted to get the most of the color. And there's not really a method to my madness except for just push in and push out. Like, that's really about it. And then I'm just raking my fingers through it and just making sure that the color's being evenly dispersed everywhere. I want the color to be a little bit more potent, so I'm adding in a little bit more of the Cajun Spice. And I'm just continuously dunking it until I'm satisfied. I wanted to go in with a little bit more of the French Cognac. So I added a little bit more just to give it some dimension. I didn't want the color to all just be one basic color. So I wanted it to have a little bit of depth to it. So I basically just keep dunking it in and out until I am content with the color. After letting it dry overnight, this is the color that came out. Now onto the customization. So the hairline was a little bit too thick for me once I got it, so I went in and just started plucking away. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting behind the hairline just so I don't cause myself to have a receding hairline with this wig, and I'm just sort of sporadically tweezing things off. I'm making sure not to stay in the same area for too long, and I'm also just consistently checking my work just to see what I'm doing and making sure that I like it. If I notice the part is going a little bit too bold, I stop plucking right there and I move on to another section. It's also best to do this on wet hair. I know I say this and you're looking at it like, wow, girl, this is dry. But I just put my hand in water and then I touch the hair. LOL. But yeah, this is what I did so far, and I'm looking at it just to see how far I've come. It's cool, it's looking good. This is where I started from. Alright, so I just continue to do this around the entire hairline until I like it. I just continuously check and just make sure it's okay. Honey, please do not be scared to pluck out here, okay? Because we're not walking around with thick hairlines. This is how much hair I plucked out, so don't be scared. And now here's the fun part. Let's style, girl. Ooh. All right, so now I'm just wrapping the hair around the barrel of the curling wand, and I'm holding it for about 10 seconds, and then I'm letting it go. I'm doing this in about 1-inch sections, and I'm going weft by weft. So I continue to do this throughout the entire hair, and once I get to the front, I make sure to make a part and I finish off whatever part has less hair, and then I attack the other side. So I made my part on the left side here, as you can see, and so the left side is all curled up, and now I'm just making the right side match. Once I get here, I just sort of take my curling wand and I flatten out the part, just so all the hairs can lay down nice and flat and look good, because you can see it's like puffing up at the top, and I don't really like that look too much. And this is also really good for getting flyaways. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and you guys are able to learn from all my mistakes so you guys won't make those same ones when you're dyeing your hair. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below, and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!